rest out Monday.
Yeah, I'm not going to go into detail on what it is, but they're getting better, and I'll be ready to go for Sunday.
You had a flak jacket on today. Have you ever played with one of those before?
Yeah, I always have. There's just extra thing I'm doing underneath it just to kind of feel it out.
Sorry, so you said you will play on Sunday?
Yeah.
What's this week like? I'm sure getting a lot more reps, getting more prepared for game action.
Yeah, it's great to get reps with guys I really haven't a chance to play with. So getting the continuity, getting in and out of the huddle, and obviously throwing to the receivers, was big for me.
I saw you talking to AJ out of practice. What's it been like with him specifically? I guess with AJ too this week. Is there extra communication?
Yeah, everyone's been great. I mean, like I said, you don't get many reps with them. So anything we get, we kind of communicate after. What he sees, what I see, and just moving from there. At the end of the day, we'll just go out there and play ball on Sunday.
Were you able to full go today?
Yeah. Full go today. Tested out some different things, padding wise, just to make sure I feel good with it for Sunday. But yeah, feel good.
The tests that you got afterwards, you feel good about?
Yeah. I mean, there's it is what it is. Just something I'm gonna have to deal with. So yeah, I'll be ready to go for Sunday.
Do you expect to have any limitations?
No. I think after a couple more days, getting a chance to kind of rest it a little bit more and go do some rehab, I'll be good for Sunday.
How excited are you for this opportunity?
Yeah, very, man. It's a big opportunity. Been working hard to stay ready. Felt like I was in a good position last game with my preparation. Now having a week to practice, I'll feel even better going into the stadium. So, yeah, I'm excited. Just want to get the win.
What would the Eagles fan growing up say about having the chance to clinch the division at the Link against the Dallas Cowboys?
He'd be pumped up, man. He'd be pumped up. I got a lot of family coming. It's a surreal feeling, having this opportunity. So, doing everything I can to be prepared and ready for it, and I'm excited.
Now that you've been able to watch the tape and kind of look back on that last game, what have you learned, and how has that kind of helped you in your preparation this week?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is just get a chance to play with these guys, with live bullets flying. Not having many opportunities to throw to AJ and Smitty. Going in there cold pretty much was, it's a different kind of experience, but at the end of the day, I felt good mentally going in there. I knew what I was doing. I knew where the ball needed to go. So the physical piece is something that we're just continuing to catch up on. But I'll be ready, and we'll be ready for Sunday.
How much did getting first-team reps with AJ and Smitty and Saquon, how much do you think that helps you, and how much more?
It's huge for a quarterback. Timing is everything, especially in the NFL. Knowing how these guys get in and out of cuts, how they track the ball on deep balls and different things like that. It all plays in a quarterback and receiver play. So anything I can get with them extra or during practice is huge.
Are you getting extra with them?
Yeah, in between periods we'll get together, get to throw, and I'll watch some tape and send them some stuff that I see, and they'll do the same thing, vice versa.
It's probably the first time since training camp that you've had that opportunity. Is that right?
With them?
Yeah.
I really didn't get anything in training camp either, really, with them. That's just kind of how the NFL is. So you have to be really good mentally going into games to know where the ball is, and when you get out there, you just got to play.
I know spoke Sunday about how Cal's never called a game for you before. What's the conversation with him?
Yeah, it's almost the same with receiver communication. Just what's he thinking on certain down and distances, like the rankings of the plays, which plays I like, which group of plays that he likes. And the game flows, so there's kind of they throw different looks at us. We got to be able to pivot and adjust and work on the fly together. And Kellen's great at communicating. He did a great job calling the game last game, like always. So it'll be fluid communication Sunday.
Kenny, I apologize I didn't hear you. You said you usually wear the side protectors.
Yeah, the normal one. I just have an extra padding underneath.
Extra padding on this week.
Yeah.
Yep. Your rookie year, you had close to 300 yards rushing. How comfortable are you, in the RPO game if you need to keep the ball?
Yeah, I feel good with it. I think everyone on the planet would agree handing it to 26 is probably our best option on the ground. But you always have to keep defenses honest, and if I can pull one or take off and get 8 or 9 and hurt the defense a little bit, I'll do it.
Are you working with Jalen at all this week?
He's going through his own process too, so we're kind of both doing a bit of rehab ourselves. So if our schedules align, then we'll get together.
From what you could tell, if you've had any time with him, and I know there's only so much you can share because of concussion protocol, but from what you can tell, how is he doing so far?
Yeah, I'm going to let him talk about that. I'll just talk about myself and what I got. I got plenty enough to worry about myself, so yeah, I'll leave it at that.
As far as the run game, what can you do to help give that a boost? Because it went down obviously when you went in the game.
Yeah, I mean, just doing my part, make the right checks, make the right kills, get us in the right play. We all have jobs to do. Everyone's a pro in this building, so we'll go out there and execute. Look for improvement on Sunday.
Have you ever had a rib injury before at any level?
Yeah, but I've had a different one than this one. So I've had some experience with it. This is a little bit different.
What advice has anybody given you so far sticking out ready for your first start in a while?
At the end of the day, it's football, man. They're gonna spot the ball. We're gonna go play. So I'm gonna work hard this week to be as prepared as possible. They spot the ball, then it's go time. You gotta leave it all out there. So that's what I'll be doing on Sunday.
I'm sorry. On a personal level, what's this year been like for you? Kind of just waiting for your opportunity.
No, it's been great. I've had opportunity to learn from a lot of great people here, playing a great system. Come to Philadelphia after being in Pittsburgh for 7 years. It's been awesome. I'm really grateful to be here, to be around this great group of people, this group of guys in this locker room. It's a special group, so it's been a lot of fun to be here. I'm just looking to do my part now.
I'm sure you've been envisioning this for quite a while now that it's here. What's it like for you?
Yeah, it's great. I don't try to get too caught up into it because there's so much that goes into playing quarterback. I just want to focus on doing my job each play. Playing the next play one play at a time. We'll see what happens in the fourth quarter. So that's really my focus right now, just being as prepared as possible. When it's all said and done, the game's over, and I'm back home with my family. I think that'll be the time to kind of sit back and talk about it a little bit. But I'm just focused on being as prepared as I can be right now.
But like I said, I care about more of the people's safety than playing against them. So I hope he have a speedy recovery, man. Hope he's doing well.
They said no surgery, just rehab for him. So
okay, that's even better to hear that he don't need no surgery. That's a blessing. So I'm glad he don't need to get cut up on. So it's a blessing for him, man. But I just hope he have a smooth rehab.
How much will that change the dynamic of their offense?
I don't think it would, because that's just who, I done played against McCarthy, for a long time. And he done been without a lot of his key guys before when he was in Green Bay and I was in Detroit. So it don't really change too much of how he operates. He got a one time trick pony. He do what he do and he does it well.
They seem like they're playing hard for him. They want to make a statement for him down the stretch here.
Yeah.
Have you seen that?
Oh yeah, they've been doing great, man. Quarterback playing better, since the first time we played him this season. He's been doing a great job, man, controlling the clock. The defense been playing outstanding, keeping him in the game and not putting him in a tough position to be able to, have to do all the coming back and all that. I think their defense is playing amazing over there. I just know we just got to go out here and execute, play fast, and make sure we on our shit.
A lot of young guys on this defense. Yeah. Really pretty much everyone other than you. How do you think, a lot of these guys haven't been through a game like a fourth quarter like Sunday. How do you see them responding? Great,
man. We all grown men in here, you know what I'm saying? So my message to them was basically, hey, man, just, get ready for next week. We got a great opportunity. It's what's the blessing about this is that the fact that it didn't end in the season, you know what I'm saying? It didn't end. We had to go home. We still got a great chance to come out here and do it again next week and what is coming up week now. So we still got a good chance of reaching our goal. So, we're going to try to take care of business at home.
How appreciative are you of Isaiah Rodgers this year?
Very appreciative. Very appreciative. You know what I'm saying? Just because the fact that, this group, man, is a strong group because of him and a lot of guys like Tristan, guys that can really step in and fill in, that can make this group very, very strong. I know we got great players that's playing right now, but the fact that they can come in and it don't look no different, that's what makes it strong. You know what I'm saying? So I done been some spots when you go down and it's nothing but behind it, like bad. So but now somebody go down, it's no faith lost. Everybody know the next man up mentality, and these guys can really get it done. All these guys that's kind of like playing here can be some starters somewhere else easily.
So what kind of, I know you guys try to learn things in wins and losses. What kind of things did you guys learn about yourselves from Sunday?
Just stop, this game is just easy, just flip quick, man. It's just the NFL, just don't beat yourself. Minimize the mistakes, because the more mistakes you make, they'll come back and bite you. So that's the main thing it is just minimizing our mistakes and just go out here and capitalize and just execute.
If it winds up being Kenny on Sunday, what have you seen from him since he's gotten here?
Great. He's been great, man. Definitely because he's the guy who's been preparing us to get ready to play every week. And you see why we one of the best defense in the league now because of Kenny, because of the work he put in, helping us get better, man, throwing amazing dots on us a couple of times. He's throwing a lot of dots. So, we're thankful for Kenny, man. Like I said, next man up mentality, and he's looking forward. I'm looking forward to watching him perform this week.
What's the best dot you remember all year?
Man, he threw a whole shot on me one time, real nasty, and I kind of got a little mad about it, but I told him, I ain't tell him though. Don't tell him I said it.
Okay.
While Dallas has won 4
Yeah, I love Kenny. I love his approach. I love the way that he comes to work all year. And sometimes, being a number 2 quarterback, you never know when your time's going to be. but you got to be ready. And I think he did a really good job coming in the game, making some plays for us. But he handled practice great today, and obviously I don't know the exact thing if it's who it was going to be, but we're ready to go no matter what.
Is there something to getting in the flow with the quarterback as a running back to learn, kind of his tendencies?
Yeah, I mean I think not just for running back, for any position, even for him. Sitting majority of the season. Obviously he played the year prior, but sitting majority of the season and again thrown into a game, and now having to prepare and get ready for a game. It's two completely different things. So him getting into his groove and us getting in the groove with him is definitely going to be important. And hopefully we can do it earlier rather than later in the game.
How do you do that during a week, trying to go the same
By practice, the same way. That's what practice is for. You go out there, you find the game plan, and you go out there and you try to practice at a high level. Try to do it to almost perfect. You're never going to be perfect, but you try your best, and then you go into the film, go into the game on Sunday, and try to replicate that.
Kenny, you guys have said he's been really sorry. Good.
Kenny was saying like he hadn't really gotten any work with you or AJ or Devontae even in training camp and everything. So like when he came in Sunday, was it kind of like a brand new type of feeling when he was in there?
Yeah, for sure, it definitely was. And I think he's right. He really didn't get any reps with us, so that's why practice is important, and which we're doing. We're going out there, working the best we can to gain those reps, to gain those. I don't want to say trust. Trust is not the word, but cause we always have trust in each other. But yeah, it's comfort, and so we can go out there and make plays and win games, and that's what our goal is, and that's where our main focus, and we know we're capable of doing that.
He hasn't gotten the reps, but guys were saying he's been really proactive every week, contributing any way he can.
Yeah.
How do you see that?
Yeah, I mean, I think kind of what I said, and I think he's been treating it like he was a starter every week, and that's what you got to do. You never know when your time's going to come, whether it's you're the backup quarterback or you're Fred, Kenny. You just never know, but that's the nature of the game. When your opportunity comes, you got to be ready for it, and if that is this week, he has a great opportunity, and he has 10 guys around him that believe in him and know that he can help us win a football game.
After the game, you spoke about how much of the run game is built around Jalen too, right? So when he's not in there, does I guess the framework of the run game change?
Yeah. I don't want to discredit anything from Jalen, because Jalen he's a threat. You know what I mean? He that's what makes him special. The way he's able to throw the ball, but also the way he's able to run the ball. There's not many guys that's able to run the ball like him. So it definitely changes things. But Kenny got a little run into him. I remember in college he hit like a little fake slide. So we see flashes of it. He has a little bit, right? And if he needs to do it, we know he's more than capable of doing it. But wherever the play is, we just got to go out there and execute, and we'll be all right.
Is that all it takes? Is just keeping the defense honest?
Yeah, I mean that definitely helps. But not every team has that threat. Have a guy like Jalen or have a guy like Lamar. And there's still ways you're able to run a ball like that too. So we have a great game plan that we feel like we installed and the coaches installed, and now we just got to go out there and execute it and be ready for whatever Dallas throws at us.
Dallas defense has been greatly improved since you guys played them last. And what are you seeing about?
They're a really good team. I think Coach Sirianni said a dangerous team that's well coached. That's what you're going to get. Not even from this year, just from me in the past years going against them. They're fast, they're physical. Every level, they have a great player. We know it's going to be a tough challenge, a divisional opponent. And it's a big game, a lot at stake at it. So we know that, and we just got to go out there and do what we do best.
They look like, and they sound like they're playing hard for McCarthy here. Do you see that on film? Do you see that when you're watching what they're doing?
I don't know. I think it's the NFL. If that's their hope and their reason, obviously them being outside of the playoffs, then kudos to them. But at the end of the day, it's the NFL. Those guys got a job to do, and they've been doing a really good job at it in recent weeks.
It's pretty customary for quarterbacks to buy
offensive lineman gifts. Why did you feel like you wanted to be a part of that?
I always done it since I've been in the league. I won't say always. There's some years I've been hurt that I didn't, but I've done it before with DJ. I think last year we collabed too. The last 2 years we collabed, and I called Jalen and see if he wanted to. And it's they deserve it. The offensive line is really special, and either one of us wouldn't be having the year that we're having, and we wouldn't be the team that we are without the guys up front. So hopefully continue to finish the season off strong and probably get another gift for those guys.
Thanks, Saquon.
Thank you, Saquon.
How did you say
Yeah, just different voice, so that's why all these walkthroughs are super important, getting all the reps and just hearing and listening to it. But, it's been really good.
Is it tough to kind of catch up on that in a week with a new quarterback?
No, I don't think so.
Is
How
it
much
tough
extra
in the
time?
game, sort of, to make that connection between the two of them when you have to do it in game?
It can be if you haven't worked with that guy, but we've all kind of had work with a little bit of all the quarterbacks.
How do you think the run game is affected when Jalen's in there compared to when Kenny's in there?
I think they're both pretty good runners. We just need to find ways to put ourselves in good spots and get that going. So I feel very confident in our run game going forward.
Will you get some extra time with Kenny this week just to make sure you guys are on the same page?
Yeah. Yep.
How much? And when do you find that time?
Whenever I'm done with these interviews, we're going to go meet and talk about it. But, that's kind of what we do every Thursday.
What do you prioritize in those meetings?
You're just going over game plan and watching practice, watching, blitz cut-ups, just making sure everybody's on the same page.
How much more comfortable does he seem to you? Obviously, he got thrown into the fire on Sunday, and now obviously he's going through the week, kind of working with the ones. Does he seem more comfortable to you, and how's he doing with that?
No, he just seems like Kenny Pickett. He's confident, he's loud, and it's really nice when anytime a quarterback that's not your starter goes in there and he's very loud in the huddle and everybody knows what they're doing. And that's why I said after the game, I was proud of him. I thought he did a good job stepping in, being a good commander there, and so we're going to rally behind him.
Cam, you've been in those situations where you've gotten thrown in the games. How difficult is it kind of coming forward like that?
Yeah, it's definitely difficult, depending on the situation. You never know where you're at on the field, or if you're in a 2-minute drill, 4-minute drill, what's going on. It's never easy to step in there, especially, they say you always want to prepare like you're the starter. But, when you got 17 games, if you don't start, it's tough to prepare every single week. Mentally it is definitely tough. And, I think you did a really good job stepping in there, knowing the game plan, doing things like that. And it's easier knowing you're going to play than getting tossed in there.
Cam, how about from a protection standpoint? Do you take a little bit more on your plate with Kenny in there as opposed to Jalen, or does it stay the same?
I think it's very similar to what we've been doing.
Are you able to tell that he's someone who has started in this league? Is that experience something that comes through?
Yeah, I think so. That's why, he steps in there. He's loud. He commands the huddle and does a good job with it.
How's the golf cart drive?
Awesome. That thing's fully loaded, stereo system, backup camera. That thing's bad.
How will you use it?
I might drive it to work.
The Cowboys' defense has been playing better. What has been it's kind of changed for them?
Micah Parsons. He's a good player. So he's in there, and, they're doing a lot of good stuff. When you start winning games, you get some momentum behind you. Things always look a little better, and, the defenses, they've always been very good, but, it's nothing to take lightly. We got a lot on our shoulders this week. We've got to win this game to win the NFC East, and that's what we're going to do.
Cam, you guys haven't had to bounce back from a loss since the end of September. How have you felt about the way guys responded coming back into the building and getting back on the practice field to the loss?
I think everybody's treating it like a normal game week. You don't really want to change anything because, we've been – how many games we win in a row? A team record. most in our team's history. So, whatever we're doing week by week to win games, and even if you lose, you don't want to switch up and change what you're doing. I think guys do a really good job of keeping the same approach going into each week.
What kind of lessons do you feel like the team learned from Sunday?
I don't know. You don't want to get caught up in lessons. You just want to get caught up in the process and getting better each and every day. And you can sit there and dissect everything and figure out what things you need to get better on, or you just treat it like tomorrow's the next day and you just get better. Do the same thing you've been doing.
I imagine there's more land to navigate back in Nebraska than here. Are you going to bring the golf cart home in the off season?
I haven't really decided, but it'd be pretty nice just driving around here in the summer. Maybe take it down to the shore. I don't know. It might just travel with me everywhere I go.
How do you get it around?
We'll figure it out.
How'd you find out about it? How was it sprung on you?
After walkthrough on Tuesday, we got the whole line huddled up and went out there, and it was in our parking lot.
I know it becomes a big deal around the league and the media, the gifts that quarterbacks give, but from an offensive lineman's perspective, what's the value of that? Why is that important to you guys?
It's just, I guess it's just tradition everywhere, and it's really cool. We protect our guys, and if they want to give us anything around Christmas time, we're going to be thankful for whatever we get. I think they went above and beyond and got us some golf carts, which is incredible. I also think it's kind of weird, like everybody wants to know what quarterbacks got what, and people like to compare. It's like, I think all that's kind of BS. You shouldn't care what people get for a gift. It's Christmas time. You should be thankful for whatever you get. But my God, a golf cart, that's pretty awesome. I understand why people would want to know about that. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I think that's kind of tradition around the league.
Yeah, we're a great defense. We just play one game that's not up to our standard, and this is a great week for us to get back up to that standard.
Dallas is obviously doing a lot better since the last time you guys saw them. What have you kind of seen from them? And they're going to be without CeeDee Lamb now this weekend, but what have you seen from them since the last time that you guys played them?
Yeah, they're digging into their run game a little bit. 23 is doing a really good job, and then the quarterback 10 is getting the ball out of his hands and into the hands of the playmakers.
What was it like last week? You had the green dot for a little bit in that game. Like, how was the transition when it went from Kobe to you when he was out?
Yeah, it was pretty seamless. There's been times in the year where I've taken the green dot in 2-minute situations if we go one linebacker packages, but I'll have it this week, and we'll see.
Getting back to Dallas, obviously the first time you played Cooper Rush against Cooper Rush, it was his first start since Dak went down and everything. Since then, obviously he didn't throw for many yards against you guys, but since then he's been a much better quarterback. What have you kind of noticed about him?
Yeah, he's confident as he's gotten more snaps and more playing time. Obviously, he's a really smart quarterback that can make plays with his arm, and he's doing that.
Yeah, I said you'll have the dot this week. Why is that?
Just in case we go more dime this week.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is your style like when you're calling the plays out? Like, how are you with it?
So I call the plays and make sure everyone gets the plays, kind of doing what we do.
Is it different than the Kobe style with it?
No, you just call the play. It is what it is.
He mentioned that no CD, that just came down. They just announced they're shutting him down for the rest of the season. How does that change things? Obviously, it changes things hugely, knowing he's not going to be out there, right?
Yeah, I don't know. Obviously, when a team is down a playmaker, other guys got to step up, and I'm sure that's the mentality they have. And they're going to look at their other playmakers to make plays.
You talked about them digging into they've made some changes on that offensive line as well. They've had some guys that had to play. What do you notice from those guys up front, Hoffman being one of them?
Yeah, I think they're doing a good job up front. They got good players, and they're mixing it up, and they can put anyone in, and they step up to the challenge.
The defense has been lights out for so long. You guys have been lights out for so long. After the way last game ended, what's the mentality been like from you guys this week? How eager are you to get back on the field and rectify what happened against the Commanders?
Yeah, we're real eager to get back out there. Obviously, in that game, we let up a lot of big plays, a lot of explosive plays, but we also did a lot of good things. I thought we were good in the run game. I thought we turned the ball over, and we just got to correct the mistakes in those chunk plays that we let up.
What led to all the takeaways in that game?
I think guys just wanting it, punching at the ball. You see JC's, you see Coop dive in there late, punch at the ball. I myself had one, punching at the ball, being in the right spot in coverage. A lot of things go into that.
With the punching at the football, I know that's obviously an emphasis. Is there always a line, though, with, like wanting to try to get the ball but also wrapping up and making sure you make tackles?
Yeah, we work really hard at that in practice and have all year long. But you got to get those shots on goal. You can't score if you don't shoot, so just punch at the ball whenever you can.
Zach, what kind of lessons do you think, obviously the X's and O's, there's things to take away, but what kind of lessons did you guys learn from bouncing back in here after that loss?
Just stick to doing the things we do right and the things we do well. No one has to be a superhero. No one has to go out of their way to make a play. Just let it come to you and just keep building off the things we're doing well.